They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Now a give right side. Carson. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They run for it with Carson, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Stafford. And he finds Tyler Kroft. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That good for 22 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
First and goal from the 6. They'll run here with Henderson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Bring it up, bring it up.
Darrell Henderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. Still going. And he will score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Myers connects on the PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. Stafford to Kupp there for a Rams first down. So defensively here, you've got Matt Stafford at quarterback. Now, we know he's been in the league a long time, but still getting accustomed to playing in a Rams uniform. So what's your biggest key to stopping him?
Well, normally you would say with any quarterback, it's pressure. Number of hits on him in the pocket, keep knocking him to the ground. But Matthew Stafford is one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. He just keeps picking himself up and firing downfield. To me, It's that coverage of receivers, and when they go to...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think... They might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Second and 8 coming up. Here's Carson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, it's Carson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now Wilson. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here's Wilson to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
And Tyler Higbee just keeps getting better and better as a receiver. Makes a nice grab there for a first down. In his 6th season now, all with the Rams, 6'6", 255. And we saw Matthew Stafford like working with T.J. Hockenson the last couple of years. He's going to love working with Tyler Higbee.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Second and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Stafford. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down. Mike 51.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Flushed out right. That's complete to Penny Hart. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end.
Alert, alert, alert.
Check 43.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Again, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
After the interception, here's Stafford. Rolling to his left. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And Bobby Wagner, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing is Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. That one goes for 8 yards. On first down, it's Stafford. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
action. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To the air again, Stafford. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, Stafford. Higbee secures it over the middle. Touchdown! Tyler Higbee, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's set a tone, fellas.
Now it's Wilson. Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Right here, guys. It's Mike 51. Mike 51. All right. Let's go. Hey, 0. Let's get
Now Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The return man, Wilson. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now it's Wilson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. A couple of first downs, has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On the give, this is Akers. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. There he goes inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Henderson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Seahawks 14.
Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Dwayne Eskridge, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a toss play. It's Carson. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Can't try and go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Switch. Switch. Same thing.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Mike, 58, right there. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58.
There's Wilson to throw. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will tie our game here in the third. The return man, Wilson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Stafford. This is caught, it's Woods. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive, 20 big ones and a 1st down. From the gun to give to Henderson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 44, Stafford, he'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A 3-yard takedown, and it's 3rd down.
Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run this with Akers. Shedding through the defense. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second down at 4. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Rams on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, Rams.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 11-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's 3rd and short.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Here's Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He was brought down by Troy Reeder.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second and 8.
Exit. 58's the motto. 58's the motto. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Wilson able to hook up with Eskridge, 1st down, Seattle. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. They'll find Everett there, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Carson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Carson again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Now it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Gerald Everett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 88 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 1st down, Akers. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Stafford now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And no, they can't connect on the pass, so that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
One last shot for Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were